Good morning viewers, my name is Teacher Emma Adhiambo Omenda, and today I'm going to teach you how to daily clean a paraffin stove. Before I start, I'm going to take you through the parts of a paraffin stove. This part here is called iron seating. This is the part where you put the stove on top. This stove is a bit old. The stands have come out, but when the stands are there, if you want to use a big sufria, you flip it out. If you're using a small sufria, you can flip it in. This part here, it is a ring. As you can see, it looks like a ring. Because of the shape of a ring, it's called an outer ring. It's called an outer ring. This one is also in the shape of a ring, and because it is right inside the stove, it is called the inner ring. Then, when you look at my stove, it has 8 holes. In these 8 holes, this is where the stove wick passes through. It is the part that transports the paraffin from the container here to the wick. Now, I'm going to talk about how to clean this stove. So first of all, I'm going to take back the parts. I'll take them back one by one. And when you want to clean a stove, there are some things that you will require. One, you will need clean, warm water. I'll repeat, you'll need clean, warm water. You will need soap. You will need a scrubbing sponge. You will also need an old toothbrush. Now, in the absence of a scrubbing sponge, you can improvise. You can use this bag to scrub the stove, and you can still use the mesh, the one for putting in vegetables, to scrub. You can use an old sisal fiber. You just squash it and make it soft. So, we are going to the cleaning of the stove. Before you start cleaning, one safety measure you need to observe is to make sure that the stove is not hot. Make sure it is cold. That is, after cooking, give it time to cool down completely, because when it is hot, it can burn your finger. Make sure that that is a safety precaution to take. Number 2, you can see my stove is on top of a table. This is because paraffin is highly poisonous and children can drink it by mistake, and that's a health hazard. So those are some of the safety measures to observe. So I'm going to the cleaning of the stove. Now the next step is going to wipe the stove with a dry cloth to remove any food particles. So I can use a paper towel, or I can use a dishcloth, this one. So for me, I prefer using a paper towel. I'll just take one serviette, like this one here. Then I will clean around the stove. Remember, the paper has to be dry, or the dish towel has to be dry. The aim is to simply remove the food particles around the stove. So I will start. Remember, I will go around the stove. I'll go around the stove. This thing is still coming out. Take it back. I'll go around the stove to remove food particles that are around my stove after cooking. Maybe it was ugali, tea leaves, sukuma wiki. I'll remove all of them. Make sure I remove all of them. Sometimes you are frying with some cooking fat. Just remove. Pass your fingers through. Let's see. So after doing that, paraffin is very dangerous. Make sure you dispose of this in a dustbin. Stop there. Now I'm on step 3. On step 3, I'm going to look at the stove wicks, the 8 holes I told you. Make sure that you clear all the blockages around the wicks. Remember, you may be cooking, food may pour, some of it may go to the wicks. So I'm going to use an old toothbrush to clear my blockages. My stove is here. Here are the wicks. You can see the wicks. You can see these are the wicks hanging down from down, and these are the wicks. So I'm going to clear the blockages. I'll use an old toothbrush, and this is what I'll do. One, I'm going to drop off. You can see the particles are falling. I'm clearing the wicks, because when they're blocked, it will not remove some good fire when you're cooking. So make sure that when you clean the wicks using the brush, just go around, make sure the wicks are also clean to avoid blockages. So the next step, which is the fourth step, we are going to clean the stove top. So remember, I have my soapy water. I told you can use a scrubbing sponge like this one. You can use a Scotch-Brite. You can use the real sponge. Or you can improvise and use this bag here. I'm going to improvise. I'll use this bag. I'll not use my sponge. I'm going to dip it in soapy water. The water is still not soapy enough for me. I'm going to add soap. Yes, here's the soap. It's moving lather here. So I'm going to scrub the stove top in a circular motion. Circle like that. So slowly and gently scrub my stove top. Go around slowly. I'll pass here. Go around. In a circular motion. Turn the stove around gently. The scrubbing sponge has to be soft so that we don't remove the coating of the stove. When you clean your stove after every cooking, this stove can serve you for so many years. It can take care of you, your children, your grandchildren. And that one will help you to save money. You save money, not keep on buying stoves every month, every year. Scrub in a circular motion. Now, in the stove, there's some parts my fingers cannot reach. So where my fingers cannot reach, I can still use this brush, dip it a little, and then I try to scrub the inside like that. Scrub the inside of the stove like that, to ensure that all the dirt comes out. This stove is old. It also took care of me when I was still a baby. You see what I've done? Now the soap is dry. I'll still go back. Put more soap. Now the fifth step is going to rinse the stove top with a clean towel. The towel has to be wet, so I'm going to make my towel wet first. Clean water. The water now should not be soapy, it should just be clean. So I'm going to rinse the stove top. That is to remove the soap and the dirt that I scrubbed using the circular motion. So remember, when you're cleaning, be careful to make sure that water does not go to the stove wick, because if water goes in the next cooking, you'll not be able to cook. The stove wicks will be wet because it will be saturated with water, and that one will take some time for it to dry. And once it dries again, you're going to use the wicks, but you'll have done a mess to yourself. Be careful, water does not go to the stove wick. Remember, inside where I scrub with an old toothbrush, the cloth also has to reach there. the stove also has a base. I will go around the base and clean daily. And now I'm going to the 6th step. Remember when we started, we removed the iron seating, we removed the outer ring, and we removed the inner ring. We soaked them so that the stuck particles can come out. As you can see, there's some particles here. So I'm going now to clean them, and I will start with the iron seating. Here it is. So I scrub the outside using my improvised sponge. Scrub it, scrub. Don't be in a hurry. Remember, this thing is made of iron. It can cut your hands. So just do it slowly and gently. Be careful. Put your eyes on what you're cleaning to avoid injuries on your hand. The inside also will clean it. So when you're cooking, many things happen. Food can pour and overflow and go on this iron seating. So if you don't daily clean every day, these particles will get stuck and they can cause rust and make the stove to get old. So I'll put it aside. I'll go to the outer ring. I'll start with the inside part. I'll just scrub it. Wash it. It did not have a lot of dirt anymore. Then I go to the inner cover. Also scrub it. It also did not have much dirt apart from the soot. And there I am. My water is very dirty, you can see. So I'm done. I'm going to pour this water. Then I will again rinse with clean water. I will rinse my stove tops with clean water. So my stove tops are ready. Now I come to the end of my task of cleaning a stove. If you like my video, kindly drop a comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.